r/white people Twitter. The bias a free pup says. Is this what Jesus would have done, Greg? Included photo. Vanta_black 422 says. From the article you linked to, officers working for Governor Greg Abbott's border security initiative have been ordered to push small children and nursing babies back into the Rio Grande. Emphasis mine. The party of pro-life and protect the children. Deethus Lawing says. Yes, but they bought tickets to the Sound of Freedom, so like, obviously they are helping the right children. You know, the kind that exist in an insane conspiracy theory as opposed to the supposed children of God pictured here. Gon_mad says. No hate like Christian love. Manakanda 413 says. Ain't no lovin' like a Christian lovin' cause a Christian lovin' got fire and brimstone. Jbalzomi says. White nationalist Jesus says it's okay. Real Jesus would be appalled. Lelianikase says. I commented in another post about how I'm not religious, but part of me wishes New Testament Jesus would come back and flip a table on these so-called Christians. He would be appalled at their actions. And someone replied to my comment stating that they'd re-crucify Jesus because he disagreed with their views. r/white people Twitter. Crunchum says. Flipping off another driver deserves capital punishment. TX apparently. Lick. Included photo. Squat Cordial Eggs says. This is why I try not to react to assholes on the road. You never know if they have a gun and will shoot you for giving them a dirty look. America. It's like Mad Maximum out here. Icenoid says. Dude stopped in the middle of a road. I rolled around him on my motorcycle. He didn't like me eyeballing him as I rode past, so he followed me to the next traffic light. I was in the left turn lane, he wasn't. He got out of his car, I'm assuming to yell at me or try and fight me, not really sure. The light went green and I went. Everyone behind him at the light was laying on their horns because he was out of his car. I laughed for probably a mile. Kanachust says. Welcome to America, the land of the dead bystander, the current state of affairs brought to you by the NRA and protected by the GQP. Baz_and_yellow says. Someone flips me off, I stand my ground and shoot them. How am I supposed to know if they will flip me off again? /s. Oddtree2427 says. Texas knows Texas sucks, that's why they give themselves 1 star. r/white people Twitter. Adelu1219 says. Say hurricane. Included photo. Vanta_black 422 says. Don't say Gale. Gandalf the Jaded says. People named Gale. Sockets 1984 says. I know I'm going to get called racist and ignorant, but I don't think hurricanes should be allowed in school. Nijimasan says. All storms matter. Stelliferous 19 says. Thanks a lot. Now I have to go look to see if this is parody. Dear Lord, please be parody. Bungla Jerry says. There is no way of knowing without checking. Especially where the word Florida meets the word Republican, all bets are off. PM_the_Reaper says. They need to shut down all medical education facilities and treatment facilities so no one will get sick. Didn't click a default name says. This isn't even that far off the truth. DeSantis said recently the insurance companies will come back after hurricane season. Yeah, no, because who needs insurance before a natural disaster? It's after the disaster hits that's the time to buy. r/white people Twitter. John Sheet 69420 says, transphobia affects us all, not just trans people. Included photo. Exotic meat dealer says, we are killing people in the streets now. Great America's gotta pump those senseless murder numbers up if we want to stay on top. Sicker Scribe says, this is why TERFs are just misogynists by another name. Heartastic says, yep. Homophobes, same thing really. You find a dude who has to be performative about how much he hates gaybras, and it's 98% likely his opinion of women isn't very high either. An Archions says, you know, the 21st century is certainly a weird one. Iran is actively trying to overthrow religious hatred of women, trans and basically anyone of the LGBTQ+ community because they have been pretty much given a death sentence at any time because they exist. America, an apparent first world country that boasts openly to the world what a bastion of freedom and acceptance they are, all the while constantly stating what a repressive country Iran is and should be condemned. Yet in America their Supreme Court and one of its political parties have deemed that their one religion, with its fantasy stories written by men thousands of years ago, superseded their actual laws. Woman's body autonomy should be controlled by men as per their religious teachings, regardless of science and medical reasons, are open declaring, if someone doesn't like a certain member of society or even suspect they may be one, they can abuse them, deny them business, or even straight up murder them because their religion, bigotry and willful ignorance, or hell even a person on Twitter tells them to because they see them as r/white people Twitter. Hex1112 says, what an insult to people who lost loved ones to Covid.This. Clown just got lucky. Included photo. Wedger says, remember when we all somehow developed autism and had fatal blood clots after being vaccinated? Fluffyfanado1 says, remember when we all got microchipped from the vaccine and 5G gave us cancer? Squat Cordial Eggs says, Herman Cain would like a word. Oh wait, he's dead. MC_FAP_commander says, but I believe his ghost is still tweeting. Kthalhu204 says, remember when we got magnetic powers and 5G? Makes my life so much easier picking up paperclips and not losing signal in elevators. Revolutionary Bus 893 says, remember when everyone who got vaccinated would be dead within 2 years? Cernit says, remember when we all got autism from being vaccinated? Right_treat 691 says, remember when the unvaccinated were in a cult that attempted to overthrow the government and install a dictator? r/white people Twitter. Joe says, I thought they were so against pedophiles. What happened there? Included photo. Left Requirement 714 says, they are not against it, they just hate competition. Insight 42 says, my thoughts exactly. They do hate pedophiles, other pedophiles. Thurbeckfan 86 says, remember, pro-birth does not mean pro-life. Jesse Jelks says, right-wing Christians are the biggest pedophiles around. Valadin Valmore says, there are people who want to make men's lives more difficult for no other reason than afterwards to offer them their prescriptions for making life easier, their Christianity, for example. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1878. Zwar says, all part of God's plan translates to I don't want to do anything. It's one of the most dangerous and unbiblical phrases to come out of Christianity. Uraguito says, it only applies to the gays, drag queens and trans people. Straight people and clergy are exempt. r/white people Twitter. VTH2 says. Transphobia kills. Not only trans people. Included photo. Just_Tanner says. This is what us trans women have been trying to warn everyone woman. They aren't stopping with us, and they aren't going to just hurt us. Women need to be united. Squat_Cordial says. I'm sorry there are so many people in this world who make it a challenge for you just to exist. You're right, we need to stand together. People like this murderer need to be the scared ones. Blazian says. We already know men do this to us. Women are already pretty united, and we constantly warn each other of things like this, and how to take precautions. We need to find a way to hold these types of men accountable without other men getting offended about it. SLD 126 says. This is what MAGA brain looks like. Demon girls need love says. Waiting for TERFs to blame trans women for this. An Archiand says. Oh, they already have been doing it. Ini Invite 562 says. I'm seething. From this to that pose I heard about who tossed a woman over bridge in southern Germany because she wouldn't submit to his sexual harassment. Let's create our own group. We can show up at Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics and link arms at the entrance and block out any hate from hags for Hitler. We should make it organized. I personally vote for Dylan Mulvaney as our spokesperson. And we can name ourselves She Gets Us. But in all seriousness, we really do need our own country. I think I'm going to snap if I hear another right taken away from women. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.